Okay, so I bought one of these copy remote controls off of Amazon for the Fire TV Stick and Fire TV Cube. Now, why did I buy it? Well, I like the idea that it's got 2 customizable buttons on there, so you can apparently set those to do certain things on the Fire Stick, like open certain apps and things like that. So I thought, let's give it a go. Now, I've not been paid to do this review. I bought this off my own back. I haven't contacted the company to say I'm going to be doing a review, and I'm not getting anything out of this. So first of all, being as it's a new remote, unfortunately, unlike the original Amazon remotes, they don't supply you with batteries, so you have to pop your own batteries in. So they are AAA batteries, not AA batteries, so 2 AAA batteries. So I'm just going to go and get a set of AAA batteries. And now I've got the AAA batteries, let's pop them in the remote. They do fit rather snugly. And let's slide the back cover on. Now, not only does it come with the remote control, but you've also got some instructions here. So we've got a diagram of each of the buttons, and we've got a getting started. And that tells us the 2 ways that we can set the remote up. If we've already got our Firestick remote, our original Firestick remote, then it shows us how to pair it up. If we haven't got our Firestick remote, say if we're using this as a replacement remote, then in the instructions, it also tells us how you can set it up without a Firestick remote already attached to the system. So I'm just going to give that a try. So it says on my screen, there they go, we cannot detect your remote. Place the remote closer to the Firestick. Press the home button, that's the house button, for 10 seconds. So let's just do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've done that for 10 seconds. Let's press the middle button. Nope, still not working. So what do we do next? So it says unplugging your Fire TV device and wait 5 seconds, then plug it back in again. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try taking the batteries out of the remote and putting them back in again. So, or swapping them around. There we go. And let's just see whether that makes any difference. So let's hold down the home button for 10 seconds. 4, 5, 6, and there we go. As you can see, that message has now disappeared off of the screen. But if you do still have your original remote, then what you can do is you can go into settings just across there, and then down and across to remotes and Bluetooth devices into there, and then go into Amazon remotes. And now we have the option to add new remote. So go down to that, into that, and again on the new remote, just press and hold the button down for 10 seconds. And there you go. You can see the light is flashing now on the top of the new remote. And there we go. It says use old remote. Press select on your old remote. And then it's now come up with this. Quickly find your lost remote. No more searching for sofa cushions. Now you can use the Fire TV app or ask Alexa to find your remote. Your remote will play a sound to help you find it. Press any button to stop the sound. So it tells you there how to do that. Let's just OK that. And there, as you can see, I've got the original Fire TV remote and I've got the Alexa Voice Remote Pro, which this is, as I say, this is a copy, not the original. I only paid $8.99 for this. So I'm just going to see if it does control the TV. Yep, it controls my TV as the last one did. But if it doesn't control your TV, then you have got the option to pair up manually by pushing a couple of buttons. It says in the remote control, and you basically have your remotes, your TV remote and your Firestick copy remote, and you just sort of push buttons to correspond with what you want to do. It's fully detailed in the instructions, which are just here, how to set up IR learning. And it's pretty simple to do. You just literally press the smart remote's OK button and the power button at the same time for 2 seconds. Then a red LED on the front of the smart remote will be long lighting. And now the smart remote is in status of IR learning. So just follow those instructions if you need to. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test to see whether or not we can set up these number 1 and number 2 buttons as customizable buttons. So I'm just going to push that. There you go. So now I've pushed button number 1, it's come up. How to set up button 1. You can assign a shortcut to button 1 to quickly access apps, Alexa voice commands, and more. Here's how. Apps. Open the app and then press and hold button 1. Select the app from the list, or you can use voice commands. Press the Alexa button, say the command. After the command is complete, press and hold the 1 button. Select the command from the list. More actions, press and hold button 1, then select more actions to browse shortcuts. You can assign a shortcut at any time by pressing and holding button number 1 or number 2. So let's select set shortcut, and on the left of the screen here we have got a few options. So it says open freebie, popular app, play children's music, play my music, play the news, your apps, more actions. So let's just try your apps. So it's saying here choose an app. So let's just go through choose an app. So let's choose downloader. There you go. I've chosen downloader. Press button number 1 and there you go. Downloader opens. Now, if ever I want to change that, just keep button number 1 or button number 2 held down, whichever one we want to change, until this shortcut comes up. And let's just go down and let's go back to your apps. Now, burning question that's on everybody's lips: can you open side-loaded apps? Unfortunately, side-loaded apps aren't contained in this list, I'm afraid. Every app that's been downloaded from the Amazon App Store is, but nothing that I've side-loaded on here is up for selection. So as it said earlier, we can use Alexa. Now, I'm just going to hold down button number 2 and keep it held down until the menu comes up. There we go. And it says we can use Alexa's voice commands. I've tried that to open a side-loaded app and again, still doesn't work. But what you can do is you can get it to open your apps. So what you can do is you can say to Alexa, go to my apps. And then you can hold down button number 2 and keep it held down. And then if this comes up, go to set shortcut and middle button. And there you can select the recent voice command, go to my apps, press the middle button. And now if I press button number 2, and there we go, it goes straight to my apps. So let's just see what else we can do. So let's just hold down, say button number 1, keep it held down until on the left it comes up here. So we've got a few options here. We've got it's highlighting popular voice commands, show me comedy files, play children's music. Your apps, when you go into your apps, that gives you a list of apps that have been downloaded from the App Store or pre-installed apps. If I go to more actions there, let's have a look. So we've got options there to go to guide, go to watch list, go to notifications, go to my stuff, go to profiles. These are all things here up here on the top there. You've also got go to music, go to photos, and go to recents. So go to recents is pretty good because you can select that, push the button that you allocated to it, and there you go. All the recent apps that you've opened then appear there. So it means that apps that you probably use quite regular are in that app list just there, meaning quicker access to your apps. Now, what else have we got on this remote? Now, you might notice there is a headphone button at the top. Now, you can push that, and that gives you a quick shortcut to Bluetooth audio devices so that you can connect your Bluetooth headphones up just at the touch of a couple of buttons there, rather than having to go through the settings and then down to remotes and Bluetooth devices and then go into other Bluetooth devices there. And so it's fairly quick just to push that button there, just in the top right hand corner of the remote, and it takes you straight there, and you can connect up to devices. You can add a device or you can manage a device directly from there. Now on the remote, you've got other pretty much standard buttons. If I just put that alongside my Fire TV 4K Max 2nd generation remote, as you can see, they are the same size, and you've got pretty much standard buttons on there. Like for instance, you've got the back button, the home button, the hamburger menu button, rewind, pause, fast forward, the up and down buttons there, the volume up and down buttons. You're missing, well, you're not missing the TV guide button, you're missing this button here, the recents button. But like I say, that can be programmed into the button number 1 or number 2. You've got the mute button, you've got the settings button, and the TV guide is just there. That takes you directly into the Firestick's TV guide. And you've also got buttons there for Prime Video, Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu. Like I say, although you're missing the apps button, which is on the 4K Max and the Pro remote, you can pre-program that like I just did to buttons number 1 or number 2 for fast access. So overall, I'm pretty impressed actually with the quality. The build quality of this is, it doesn't feel any lighter or any thinner than the original Firestick remote. I'd say if anything, just very slightly, but the buttons are all very much responsive. It feels like a premium product. As I say, I paid $8.99 for it. I'm going to put a shortcut to the device in the description down below so you can have a look yourself. But overall, very, very impressed with this remote for only $8.99. So just in case you're wondering what devices this remote is compatible with, well, virtually any Fire TV and Fire TV Stick or Cube. It's compatible with the 1st, 2nd and 3rd generation cubes, the 1st, 2nd generation of the Fire TV Stick 4K, and the 1st and 2nd generations of the Fire TV Stick 4K Max, along with the 2nd generation TV Stick, the 3rd generation TV Stick, the 3rd generation Smart TV, and the TV Stick Lite 2. It's also compatible with Fire TVs, so the Insignia, the Toshiba, the Pioneer, the Omni QLED series, the Smart TV 4 series, and the Smart TV 2 series. So it's got quite a good range of compatibility. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, consider hitting that thanks button and making a donation to this channel. Or if you can't do that, then have a look in the description down below. We've got some great links down there for you to various things, including my Amazon shop, which contains all the things I love at the moment on Amazon, Fire TV sticks, Fire TV cubes, and VPNs. Buying, subscribing and donating really does help support this channel. It helps me to be able to dedicate more time to spend researching to bring you these great videos. And whilst you're at my YouTube channel, why not stick around? I've got thousands of other videos for you right here, right now, covering all sorts of subjects. Hopefully whilst you're here, you're going to find something to educate you, entertain you, amuse you, and maybe even save you some time and money. And if you do see any videos that you think your friends, your family or your work colleagues might like to see, then please don't forget to share these videos on your social media timelines. You can check me out on X. I'm at CWTEK. You can also check out my website. It's cwtek.co.uk. Thanks for watching and speak to you again soon.